Don't you dare tell anyone about this, Daphne.
Welcome to Bold and the Beautiful 65 Spoilers. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and comment for more videos like this one.
In one of the most devastating turns we've seen in a long time on The Bold and the Beautiful, what started as quiet manipulation spirals into a tragedy that could permanently fracture multiple lives, and ultimately write Ivy out of Los Angeles. For weeks now, the emotional undercurrent has been building. Daphne and Carter have been glowing lately, dropping subtle but heartfelt comments about wanting to start a family. Their scenes together have felt softer, more hopeful. Lingering touches, shared smiles, those long looks that say, "We're ready." Carter has openly talked about wanting to be a father someday, about building something stable and meaningful. Daphne has echoed that dream, but there's been something she hasn't said out loud. What no one knows, not Carter, not Electra, not even her closest confidants, is that Daphne is already pregnant. She's found out quietly. Alone. A private moment. The kind where joy mixes with disbelief. You can almost see the way she's been carrying herself differently since then, a subtle protectiveness, a softness. She's been waiting for the right moment to tell Carter. She wants it to be perfect. But that perfect moment never comes. Earlier in the week, Daphne witnesses something that shakes her. At Forrester Creations, she sees Ivy intercept Electra's heartfelt letter to Will, the letter meant to repair their broken relationship. She watches Ivy look around carefully, slip the envelope into her purse, and walk away like nothing happened. That's the moment everything changes. Daphne isn't someone who tolerates manipulation. And now she realizes Ivy hasn't just been concerned about Electra, she's been actively sabotaging her. When Daphne pieces it together with the anonymous text that lured Will into witnessing Electra and RJ's kiss, the truth becomes unavoidable. Ivy orchestrated the breakup. Later in the week, Daphne confronts her. The confrontation is tense from the first second. There's no small talk. No softness. Daphne walks into the room with purpose. She tells Ivy she saw her take the letter. She knows what she did. She knows she's been interfering. And she won't stay quiet. Ivy's reaction is chilling. Instead of denying it, she pivots. She justifies. She insists she's protecting Electra from making a mistake. She argues that Will isn't right for her, that she's preventing long-term heartbreak. But then the tone shifts. Ivy's voice hardens. She tells Daphne to stay out of it. To keep her mouth shut. She warns her that getting involved will only make things worse. It's not just offensiveness. It's a threat. Daphne doesn't back down. She steps closer. She tells Ivy that if she doesn't confess, she will. She refuses to let Electra and Will's lives be destroyed by lies. And there's something especially powerful about Daphne in that moment. Because while Ivy thinks she's intimidating her, Daphne is standing there protecting more than just the truth. She's protecting her own future. Her child. But Ivy doesn't know that. The argument escalates. Voices rise. Accusations fly. Ivy grows increasingly desperate as she realizes Daphne won't be controlled. And in a split second, a reckless, emotional, irreversible second, Ivy shoves her. It's not a massive, violent push. It's impulsive. Angry. But it's enough. Daphne stumbles backward. Her heel catches. She loses her balance. And before she can steady herself, she falls forward, hard. She lands directly on her stomach. The room goes silent. For a heartbeat, either of them moves. Daphne's face floods with shock. Her hands instinctively clutch her abdomen. You can see it register, not just the pain, but the fear. The horrifying realization of what that fall could mean. Ivy freezes. Whatever anger she felt evaporates instantly. But instead of rushing to help, she hesitates. Panic flashes across her face. And then, she leaves. Daphne is left alone, shaken, terrified, whispering to herself as she tries to steady her breathing. The emotional weight of the moment is crushing. Because she knows. She knows something might be terribly wrong. In the aftermath, the medical uncertainty begins. Cramping. Bleeding. The dreaded hospital visit. Carter, confused and blindsided, demands answers. Daphne, through tears, finally tells him the truth: she was pregnant. The joy they never got to celebrate becomes grief they weren't prepared to carry. If the miscarriage is confirmed, it won't just devastate Daphne and Carter, it will expose the chain of events that led there. Because once Daphne reveals she confronted Ivy, once questions arise about what happened in that room, Ivy's actions won't be defensible anymore. This isn't about meddling in a relationship. This isn't about stolen letters or manipulated kisses. This is about a life. And when the truth surfaces, the fallout will be explosive. Electra will realize Ivy destroyed her relationship under false pretenses. Will understand his heartbreak was engineered. Carter will see that the confrontation, the shove, is what may have cost him his child. There's no coming back from that. With Ashley Brewer stepping away for maternity leave, this storyline appears to be setting up Ivy's exit in the most dramatic way possible. Whether she leaves in disgrace, is pushed out by the Forrester family, or chooses to run from the consequences, one thing is clear: her time in Los Angeles may be over. What began as manipulation has ended in tragedy. And on The Bold and the Beautiful, tragedies like this don't just ripple, they detonate.